Welcome back. Today I thought it would be kind of fun if we did a character design kind of a video, but I am a little short for time and I also am in like I want to sketch things kind of mood and be really loose. So I thought it'd be kind of a fun day to do a 1 hour kind of a limit on my drawing, a little bit of a challenge to kind of keep things loose with my sketching. Okay, anyway. So I'm gonna have a random color palette generated. I'm kind of hoping that we get like I shouldn't tap the desk because then you can hear it in the recording. I always forget. I kind of want like a red or an orange or just like warm colors because I've been really liking that lately. I'm already feeling ready for fall. Okay, so let's see what oh, okay. I can do something with that. This is our palette. It's blue and orange. So I'm gonna put that off to the side and I'm gonna open up my drawing stuff and we'll get started. So let's set our timer for 1 hour and I am gonna change my background color to off-white because sometimes the white kind of hurts my eyes. It's like too bright. How about well, no, we've got blue and orange, so let's make it kind of gray. Cool gray. Okay. Feeling a little scatterbrained. Let's make a new palette. And I'm gonna take them. I like how I have a timer set, but I'm just like meandering. I'm also not gonna look at my timer because it's over here. And I'm just gonna, okay. And I'm just gonna leave it there. All right, and then I don't know if I said this already. I don't think I did, but I was gonna do specifically a fairy character because it's the end of summer and I don't know, end of summer just makes me think of fairies. So these colors, well, honestly, especially this bright orange and this blue, it just makes me think of like sports teams. This is the first thing I'm thinking of, but we're gonna go in a different direction, I think. Oh, I was gonna put these in here. Okay. What else do I think of? Because with this bright orange, it's kind of making me think like monarch butterfly vibes. And then maybe she has, like we use this blue, this navy to represent black in our image. And she wears blue, maybe light blue with the dark blue accents. These are very bright colors. We gotta figure out how to make them work. That's another thing that we could do is we could have a blue butterfly and she could be wearing like a yellow dress with orange accents, which I'm kind of leaning toward. I think that feels less, I don't know, it feels a little bit more summery to me for some reason. So I think that's might be what I do. I'm just gonna merge and shrink because we don't really need that big. Just getting the idea. All right, so I'm just gonna kind of come up with wings. I'm not really gonna have a reference. I'm having thoughts. What if we make her brightly colored and like she's got her little butterfly spots and she is like very warm and sunny. And then she's got like almost like fiery kind of because these colors are very fiery, but we've also got the blue. So like maybe she has blue eyes and she's so bright. So like the fiery edges are, I feel like this would come across better on like a dark background. So let me make one. So we've got our dark background and then we'd have our like flame fairy, little like flamey, fiery wings that are just kind of shimmery. And then we've got the yellow in there. And she's got the blue like kind of on the edges because she's so, like blue fiery edges. I think that's what we should do. I think that plays with the elements kind of in a fun way, and it kind of reminds me of like campfires. I don't know, August feels like very like it's really hot, so honestly you probably shouldn't go camping in August depending on where you are because you might roast in the sun because it's hot. But if that's not the case, I don't know, campfires and August go together in my brain. Like you roast hot dogs and s'mores and sit by the fire and tell stories and get glow of the fire, that kind of vibe. but elemental with a fairy. That's kind of, I think, what I'm gonna go for. So I'm gonna take this, and instead of sketching on this background, I am just gonna use this dark color as our background. I'm gonna flip our canvas and just work this way. Let's take all of our little inspiration ideas. Well, actually, let's just take this color palette, pop it up here, because I feel like the actual design is pretty simple. I don't really need to remember what I was doing with it, but we'll keep these for looking back at what we were up to. So I'll just hide that. We will sketch, and I am feeling really loose sketching, so I might just do a bust kind of a portrait. I forgot to hit record on my correct PNG tuber. That said, we're on the timer. Let's get sketching. Let's go. So, kind of thinking, I don't need to draw that many circles, is what I'm thinking. I'm starting over because I didn't like my sketch. I feel like this is very messy, but I have the vision in my head. So let me clean it up so you can kind of tell what's going on. Alright, so this is basically what I've got for my sketch. And I'm just gonna merge these, I think. I think I'm gonna go over this sketch with the shell brush and just start sketching. But let's check on our time. So we do have about 30 minutes left. So let's go over just quickly. Or actually, I don't know, I do kind of feel like using this still for some reason. I'm in this softer mood. Yeah, just keep kind of sketching. Gotta shorten these fingers. I'm always drawing fingers too long and I always have to shorten them. Alright, so we have 20 minutes left to color, and I've got too many layers, so I'm going to merge them, duplicate like a backup. That's what most of these are, just backups. I don't know why. I never actually go back to a backup, like ever, but I just feel like I need them. I don't. So we are going to put this on a hard light, I think, and a soft light, and we're gonna make them orange. Okay, maybe not a hard light, maybe a multiply was better. And I am gonna lighten up this background just a little bit, just so we can kind of see. But I'm gonna take it back to the darker color once we've kind of got stuff colored in a little bit better. So I'm gonna go in with a medium hard brush, I think, and I'm just going to kind of get a base color down, and maybe I should have done medium blend because then I could have been a little softer around these edges. And I'm gonna go in with the noise brush and kind of make some of her like little fiery flames. Well, maybe not that shape, but like, and just kind of continue like these layers. And I think that might be like my background to what I'm about to do. So I'm also going to put in some of this yellow, I think, into the flames. And then I'm just going to merge them because they're just a little bit of background texture, really. And I'm going to take our fairy and start giving her a bit of glowy and kind of go in and like better refine these edges a little bit. But I want things to be just a little bit sketchy because I think that'll add to like the feel of her wildness. And I might go in and, where's our line art, erase kind of some of these flames because I feel like it detracts from the shapes that I've drawn. Except for not her ear, I don't want to erase her ear. And we'll continue to like add just a little bit of like hard edges and soft edges and texture till we kind of get where we want to be. Let's clean up this edge. And I might even take our original line art and desaturate it a little bit because it feels a little bit bright, a little bit neon, and I want it to meld in a little bit better. And I am going to kind of key in on the face a little bit just because I feel like rendering a little bit more on the face is really Like, that's where most of the attention is on a painting, usually, at least when it's like a character focused painting. So I do like doing that. And I am gonna veer a little bit away from. Sorry, little interruption. I was brought a frozen treat and I had to go eat it. But we're gonna hit play again, or resume on our timer. Looks like we have like 10 minutes left, so we gotta render this in 10 minutes. I think we can do it, or at least give it a shot. So I'm going to just very lightly get some of this rendering, at least colors plopped in the right spots. And I'm hurrying, so I'm not talking very much, but we're just plopping stuff down with reckless abandon as we try to finish this in 10 minutes. I was gonna give her like a darker, like little outfit. I didn't think it would be brown. I was kind of trying to go for more like a gray, smoky kind of a thing. And we still haven't finished her hair. Okay, let's give her eyes first, and then we can worry about the hair. So I don't know if I give her like the lightest blue or for her eyes. I do kind of like the light blue. And I'm gonna just grab probably the shale brush and just see if we can't get a few more harder lines in here to accompany our spotted, and then, or I'm not talking very clearly, to accompany our textured like noise background. And then also go in with the eraser just to like sharpen up some of the corners, just because I feel like that looks really fire-esque to do that. And maybe some of this lighter just right here. And we still need to put in the other blues on the edges, because I think that it will help lend the really fun feel of everything. With what brush though? I think the medium blend, but on like above the line art. Let's actually also take our background back to what it was before. Get this darker one in here too. But the darker one, I think I might go on a layer below and just motion blur a little. And something that I kind of feel like is really good with fiery things is to add a little bit of a sparkle just on the edges to kind of just make it feel crackly. And also I do kind of want to try adding some noise to some of our blue. Maybe not. Not like that, that's too much. I do kind of want her eyes to kind of feel glowy. I'm not entirely sure how to do that without just adding it on a glow on an add layer. Ooh, I kind of like that. But no, blue eyes, because that's what we've been given. So I'm gonna add a few more sparkles, I think, with just any brush, because I'm pretty sure we're running out of time. Oh, actually, pause. I can use one of these brushes that I've been trying to, like a star is what I was intending this one for. Let's use this. Save some time. Add a few spots. Maybe add an add layer. A bit more just right in the center of her face, because I like doing that. And just kind of help with that glowing look. Oh, and there's our timer. I think I am going to keep doing a few more things just to kind of finish it up a little. Like where, because we also haven't done her wings yet. So I'm going to do that. And then also, oh, it's already on an alpha lock layer. I'm also going to kind of fade some of our line art, I think. Okay, that's not quite what I was thinking. I meant to be on an eraser. Let's see, wings. What should we do for the wings? I kind of think that it would be kind of cool if we took the segments and used the noise brush to kind of like that, but you know, with an actual pattern instead of whatever that was. And on the other side, and maybe we take the blue and like add a little bit of like reflection in the wings. Maybe that was a little too much. And then we have to add the sparkles, obviously. I don't want to render everything too much because I kind of want to keep it mostly where I had it. In a panic, I've made so many layers. Let's see, kind of want to play with our top a little bit more. And maybe I try and do like a crackly look. Let's just try it and see. Maybe just like take parts and chip away at it. And then I originally had intended to have a little bit more like on her hand here. Like maybe we add a little bit to the crackling fire that she's got going on. And of course, a little bit of highlight in her eye. I don't know, should we add like a dark part of her eye too? Maybe, maybe not. If I am going to do that, I would also kind of fade it a little like that. Maybe saturate her original blue a little bit more just so that stands out with the highlight that we put on top of it, because with it on it kind of made her eyes white and I did want them to still be like that blue. But essentially I think that's where I'm gonna leave it. I just kind of cleaned up her eyes just a little bit more so they weren't quite as messy and to fixture error, but essentially that's kind of, I say as I continue to like fix a few edges. Okay, I'm done. But I just thought it would be kind of fun to do just like a quick little painting. Oh, actually, hold on. I think it would be kind of cool if we had some like little, let me make sure I'm on a different layer in case I want to delete it. Like these like little, maybe that's too much. I think that might be too much. Anyway, what actually would it look like without? That's what it looks like without the little corner color palette. But that was kind of fun. I didn't really create or design a character. She's just like a little flame pixie, which I have drawn before, but it was kind of fun. It was kind of following the whims of what I wanted, and also the color palette that I got. It made sense to me for this. But yeah, so that is everything I think for today, and I will see you next week. Bye.